Hello, 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 my lovely ones, and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy VII The Remake. And here we are once again in the secret lab underneath, I believe this is underneath Sector 7. When we came here last time, we were with Barrett. We haven't come here yet with Cloud and Tifa. We're a little bit further on. I've just been doing a little bit of leveling up. I've been messing about, getting bits and pieces tidied up here and there, making us a little bit stronger, upgrading the weapons and all that chicanery, all the boring stuff basically, all the RPG stuff I've been doing behind the scenes. There's that ladder that we couldn't access before, which we don't even need to access. It's kind of pointless. Actually, this game is really clever because it acknowledges that. It acknowledges that a lot of the RPG stuff, some players may not be that interested in. So you can turn it onto auto. You can actually make all of the upgrades happen automatically behind the scenes, so it plays more like an action RPG, which is really clever. I think that's a phenomenally clever way of handling it, because it means that, you know, the fans of the series who know all of the ins and outs of RPGs, all the numeric stuff, they get their... Oh dear, that doesn't sound good, does it? They get all of that, but it also means that the people who are not so familiar with the way RPGs work and with the way JRPGs work can just get on with it, which is kind of nice. They can play it in a slightly different way. It's a very, very clever way of doing it. I wouldn't be surprised to see this style of sort of mainstream RPG, certainly JRPGs, just go that way from now on. Just excuse me, it's hay fever season and I'm a little bit stuffed up. Absolutely correct, Barrett. Absolutely correct. Although these bloody things, they're kind of mutated and they can rejuvenate, which is not nice. Not nice at all. That said, they don't pose much of a challenge to us at this point. We can really... well, I said that now, didn't I? Now they've leapt on me and they're biting me in the face, so, you know. I mean, Cloud's doing good damage because he's got ice on his sword, which is pretty good. There we go. Yeah, and Tifa, I don't know why, Tifa's got really good damage going on at the moment. I like the way she fights as well. It's a really interesting style of fighting. I like the casual cursing, I don't know why, it always makes me smile. It makes me smile more when Barrett does it because it sounds like he means it. There's the pedometer materia. I've been told by a friend of mine who everyone from the channel will know, Mr. Andy Millman, who I've done a few podcasts with. The pedometer is something we should definitely put on. So that's what we're doing. We're having a wander around with the pedometer materia because apparently it becomes something else that's pretty good. So there you are. I wouldn't know what myself. I wouldn't know what. Also, apparently, the reason Shadley isn't giving us any new missions is because I've still got a few of the old missions to do that I haven't done yet, which I will. Oh, yes, remember this? This door was sealed off when we came here just as Barrett, and all we heard was the roaring, but it's open now. Probably doesn't bode well, does it? Probably shouldn't be wandering around down here, to be perfectly honest. God knows what Shinra are keeping down here. Well, actually, we know because we've been told. It's a behemoth. And anyone who has played Final Fantasy, any of the Final Fantasy games, will know what a behemoth is because they're in... I think they're in every Final Fantasy game, you know. I don't know whether they're in like the first few, the really old ones on the NES, but I know for a fact they're in most of the games, you know. Certainly all of the 3D ones have got the behemoth. There it is. It's well named. It's very big. It's very, very, very big indeed. It's a little secret boss, which is kind of nice. It's kind of cool. Completely optional. And he's so big that you target different parts of his body. See, you have to knock him down by targeting the lower body, which makes the upper body vulnerable. Yeah? He's not that tough, actually. He's got a couple of attacks that do mega damage. You see his torso is immune to damage at the moment, so there's no point in doing that. But generally speaking, he's not that bad. He's really not. He may look like he's kicking our ass at the moment. But when he's staggered, when he's down, and we've started doing damage to the lower body, he ain't that bad. So the way he's framed in this game, and this is really cool actually, because they never did this in the original Final Fantasy VII. The Behemoth was just a monster. It was just one of the many monsters in the game. And it was just a normal monster. It wasn't a boss either. But the way it's framed here, it's as though it's a genetic experiment. It's something Shenra have been making as like a bioweapon. It's the Resident Evil take on monstrosity. There he goes, down he goes. Now you can start doing mega damage to him. And you can cripple almost every part of his body, which is really cool, to prevent him from doing some of his nastier attacks. He's a fun boss. He's a really fun boss, this one. Got some nasty attacks on him. Later on, when his health is really low, he's going to start bringing down parts of the room on our heads, which is pretty damn cool, really. I mean, like I said, in the original game, in the original Final Fantasy VII, he's just a monster. The Behemoth is just a creature. So it's nice to see it get some updated status in this one. I mean, maybe what they'll do with the later games is make it into a normal enemy, yeah? Always best to target the lower body, for the time being anyway. I do love that Maximum Fury thing from Barret. Love it to bits. In fact, they've all got pretty good abilities and limit breaks at the moment. He's going to go down again in a moment. You've got to watch him though, because other parts of him can revitalise the others. I think it's the horns. The horns can cast like a revitalisation spell. So that's a bit of a problem. Not a massive one really, because we can do more damage than they can heal, so it's fine. He's actually quite easy to evade as well, this guy. When he hits hard. When he gets you, it's tricky, but he's not that bad. He really isn't. I love the animation on him. He's so dynamic. He's a really beautiful boss, this thing. Then again, the monsters have been beautiful all the way through. That's a trademark. It's a hallmark of the Final Fantasy VII, the Final Fantasy games. They all have really elaborate, really well-designed monsters. It's something that a lot of Western RPGs could maybe take note of. Oh, Barret's wasting quite a few shots there. But we're not doing too bad. Look, he's reaching half health now, so we're doing pretty well. Oh, down he goes! Tifa just doing work there. I mean, like, really doing work. I do like having the 3 members to my team, which looks like it's going to be standard from now. What was with that? The handstand thing. That was quite fun. Body slam. Yeah, that was fun. Oddly animated and fun, but it also cripples him. So that's actually pretty good. If we can bait him into doing that a few times, it's pretty good. It knocks him down. I mean, it does damage to us, but it knocks him down, which is pretty damn good. I do like playing with Barret. The long range thing, it just works very, very well. Oh, down he goes. Now we need to get some damage in. This is how you do it. Look at that. Mega damage. Mega damage. If you can stagger them, bloody hell, you can do such incredible damage to them. He's going to revitalise. Love the, oh, he's so cool, the roar and everything. He's a beautiful, beautiful creature, this one. I mean, this is quite an early monster for the Final Fantasy VII, so later on, when the other games come out, basically, there's going to be some phenomenally elaborate creatures, and maybe later on in this game as well. When we get into Shinra Towers, I'd assume there's going to be a lot of very weird and wacky creatures in there, including some creatures which are going to become major players in the story later on. There's a particular creature that I won't spoil it too much, but it's you wouldn't believe how significant it is, let's put it that way. And we only encounter it when we get into Shinra Towers. Yeah, go for the lower body. Oh, limit break. Dolphin Fury. That's Tifa's new limit break. It's really good. Ah, come on. Did you see how much damage that took off? Bloody hell. There was a literal dolphin that turned up there. I mean, I don't know. Don't ask me. He's doing that thing. He's bringing the ceiling down on us. Not good. He's dead. He's dead. He brought the roof down on us. That was really cool. That was so... Oh! Secret medicine. We got the horn from the... Oh! So it looks like to get the reagents for the doctor, we're going to have to kill certain enemies, which is kind of fun. That's kind of cool. I can deal with that. I've got coffee, by the way. I'm going to have a coffee. Look at all the environmental details. This thing has been locked in here for a long time. You can see like all the scrawps and scrapes on the walls and the floor. That is so cool. Environmental storytelling is big in this game. It really is. And I appreciate it. I appreciate it massively. As I said before, it's lovely to be playing this alongside Pathologic 2. You know? This game has got a breezy element to it because there is a definite way of doing everything. You can win at everything in this game. It's not that hard when you figure it out. Whereas Pathologic 2 just hates you. The appeal of the game is masochistic for the player because the game hates you and will actively try to harm you and hurt you. Oh yeah, it's worth heading back up. That's for damn sure. I imagine the doctor's going to wonder how the hell we got a hold of a behemoth horn. Because it wasn't easy, was it? Where would you find one of them in Midgar anyway, apart from in that secret lab? I mean, I can't imagine behemoths are that common. It would be a very dangerous world if they were. And in Midgar, even less so. Where would you keep the damn things? It's not exactly like you can have one chained up in the backyard, is it? Okay. Oh god, we're in right state.
You took care of those monsters?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
You could say that, yes.
Big problem to worry about.
Yeah, well, it was a really big problem.
I know it's tough right now, but stay strong, you hear?
You too, buddy.
You're very chipper, Barrett.
We're grounders. We don't break easy. I know it's
very chipper indeed.
But take this.
Ooh, that's a weapon for Barrett. That's actually a close combat weapon. Barrett doesn't get many. There's two that he's got. We've got like a pair of pincers that he can wear, and also this. It's a wrecking ball. It's pretty good. Where are we? The wrecking ball. It's actually really good, and Barrett is pretty damn good at close range as well. You know, he's got some decent close range abilities. As you'd imagine, I mean, he's like, you know how Cloud and Tifa are kind of the martial artists. They're the elegant fighters. Barrett's the brawler. He is not elegant, but he does the job. Okay, so what we're gonna do, I'm gonna get the magnify materia because I'm told that what the magnify does is it's like the all materia from the original game. So now when we cast heal, it'll heal us all instead of just one of us. So that's pretty damn good. You can also do it with your offensive materia. So instead of just targeting one enemy, it targets them all. Pretty good. I've got coffee, by the way. Wrecking ball! Let's upgrade this son of a bitch, shall we? Oh yeah, so we'll just have it all, you know. We've got loads of the SP, so why not? I may as well just upgrade the whole thing. This is what you can set to auto. You can just make it so that when the points become available, it automatically purchases them. It's pretty good. It's a pretty good system. I like it. Some of the Final Fantasy systems are a bit bullshit. They're too complex, but they're actually simultaneously too complex and too simple. Like a lot of the upgrade and leveling up systems in previous games, there's nothing to them, but they look really complex. But it's all surface level. Like in Final Fantasy XIV, for example, There's only really one path you can take with all of the upgrades, but it makes it look like there's branching paths and whatnot, but it's not. It's bullshit. It's complete bullshit. There's no choice involved. It's the same here, but at least here it doesn't pretend, you know? There's no real choice involved. It doesn't pretend that there is, which I kind of like. It's nice and simple. I mean, one thing I always hated when Final Fantasy VIII came out was the change to the magic system. The materia system I found to be really elegant, very simple to use, but with hidden complexities in it that meant that you could jank the system a little bit. You could play around and get like different combinations of materia that were really useful. But when Final Fantasy VIII came out, they created this really weird system called the draw system, where you had to draw magic from the enemies during combat, and you could draw different spells from different enemies, and then you could junction those spells to different statistics and characteristics to buff your characters or to give them certain damage types or certain damage immunities. It was just annoying. It was annoyingly complex, and because it wasn't very clearly labeled, all of the spells, rather than just being told what they are and the characteristics, they all had these like weird acronyms, and it was just I just didn't like it at all. I really didn't like the junction system, I've got to say. Not a fan. Now, if I remember correctly, there's a chocobo somewhere around here. Oh, there are monsters! Let's deal with that. Oh, these things ain't going to be nothing. They're easy peasy. Look at Barrett smashing stuff. Yeah! I do love, I love Barrett's close range stuff. The thing is, generally speaking, I'm going to be equipping Barrett for long range because he is one of the few long range characters you've got, and that's always really useful. It just presents a tactical edge, you know? We're just working our way through the quests, really, and we're just doing that by wandering around Midgar. Oh, it's these guys again! Excuse me. Are these guys always going to be down here? If so, that's fine. Where's the big sort of Jason Voorhees looking dude? Oh, there he is. He's actually quite tough, you know. Oh, electrified rails. That wasn't clever. Yeah! Tifa. Did Tifa just do over like 1,000 damage to that guy? Grungy Bandit. Let's deal with him, yeah? Yeah, he's a bastard, isn't he? Actually, he doesn't look like Jason Voorhees. He looks like that character from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Casey Jones. That's what he looks like. I wonder if he's a reference. I mean, he is under the sewers as well. He's sort of underground. He's in the subway system, so that maybe it's a reference. I don't know. That's something to watch out for, by the way, in the Final Fantasy games. There are so many references to popular culture. I mean, Biggs and Wedge. Biggs and Wedge are a reference to Star Wars. Biggs and Wedge are two of the rebel pilots that help. I think they help Luke destroy the Death Star in the original Star Wars: A New Hope. I think. But there's loads of stuff like that. Loads of little references. Oh, more bandits. These guys are alright. I can take these guys. No problem. Oh, I said that, and now I've been electrified. Look at him. Yes, Barrett's doing like mega damage now. Mega damage.
One step at a time, huh?
Yeah. Get him to calm down, Cloud. I think he's a bit overexcited about his new toy. Hey up! What have we got going on here? Yeah. Well, that was easy. Is there another one? Oh no, they're coming up behind us as well. That's not cricket.
Sure thing, Coach.
Yeah, like she needs fighting advice from you, Cloud. Tough to Phoenix down. Yay! And a high potion. Don't think there's anything down here. Is there anything down here? It's hard to say. It's worth... In these games, after the game has moved on, after you've done certain things, it is often worth exploring all the little nooks and crannies again. Because you never, ever, ever know what you're going to find. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go all over Midgar again and see what I can run into, you know? You never know. There's always going to be little secrets and things. And very often in the Final Fantasy games there are things like secret bosses and all sorts of stuff. Hello? Ah, it's our Chocobo! Excellent. I love these things. Chocobos are ace. Whack whack. They never used to be that big. Hey up. Oh no! Monsters! And different types of monster. I've never seen these before. I've seen the type of monster, but not these specific versions. I'm gonna have to assess these. What are these? Okay, Triapopolis, a subspecies of the Vargidopolis that was created in experiments that violated every precept of bioethics. They can multiply by simple fission. If their attacks are interrupted while they are dancing, oh, they split! These guys can clone themselves, so this is oh my god! These are like little bosses, look how little damage we're doing. This is going to be tough. And they can clone themselves, so this is going to be a difficult one. This is going to be really tricky. This might be more difficult than the Behemoth. Yeah, they've cloned themselves, look. Ooh, we are going to have to be really careful. Really careful. Cloud seems to be doing decent damage against them, which is nice. And Barrett. God, he's so unsubtle, isn't he, Barrett? I love it. Smackdown, yeah! Giving Barrett some wrestling moves. Star Shower, why not? Let's go for it. Yay! Stagger damage! Always fun. This is going to be tricky. This is going to be hard, because they can also, look, they can stun us. As well as cloning themselves, they can stun us. You know, barring the fact that they're also really, really hard to hit. God, this is fun. This is a really good fight, actually. And there's the Chocobo in the background just carrying away, as they do. I love Chocobos. Chocobos and Moogles, they are icons of the Final Fantasy series. They've sometimes struggled to fit them into the games because some of the games they don't really fit into, like aesthetically or whatever. So they've introduced them in roundabout ways. Like the Moogles, for example. The Moogles never really fit into the original Final Fantasy VII. So they introduced them in very roundabout ways. Like in this one where you've got the kid dressed up as the Moogle, where it's a kind of mascot rather than an actual creature. In the original Final Fantasy VII, there was even a video game you could play at the Gold Saucer that featured a Moogle, which was kind of fun. I love the markings on these guys. The variations on standard enemies are really good, it's really clever. Because it's an old RPG staple. You know, it's having similar enemy archetypes, but which are slightly different, recolored, reshaped. Tifa just kicking ass there. More so than Cloud these days, I'm finding. She's doing mega damage. Oh, look at that! Staggered and... oh! That's going to be fun. Oh my god, Barrett. Oh, we acquired a new ability, Smackdown. Lovely. That basically means we can use the Smackdown with other weapons now, which is pretty good. God, they just keep cloning themselves. This is tougher than the Behemoth, I think. Because not only are they tough on their own, but they keep creating more of themselves. Good fun though. Oh, Barrett got both of them there. Look at that. Oh, dear me. Carnage. Look at the sparks flying everywhere. Absolute carnage. But lots of fun, I've got to say. I'm enjoying this. I kind of like the tougher fights, I've got to say. The tougher fights are a little bit more interesting. They're a little bit more challenging. Oops, someone needs curing. Yeah. Both the boys are out. That's not good. Oh, not anymore. Hey, stay away from the Chocobo, you! You leave that Chocobo alone. most certainly not part of this fight. Thank you very much. Oh. Oh. Where's it gone? Oh, there it is. I love their motions as well, the way they sort of slink about the place and dance. It's really strange. Oh, something's been staggered. Hopefully Tifa's taking full advantage of that. Certainly hope so. Oh, Barrett's out! Barrett's out! Not good! Not good! I certainly hope you do, Tifa. Oh, we've got a limit. Oh, is this going to do it? Let's see.
My turn.
We could do with getting Barrett back, really. Not for any particular reason, I just find him fun.
Let's go.
Got him! Yeah! Staggered. Two really big, difficult fights in this game. I wonder if all of the chocobos are going to be guarded like this. I'd assume they are. I want to go back to the train graveyard at some point as well. I'm sure there's still stuff around there we haven't done. Is that the last one? I think it is. Here we go! Aha! Oh, it's cloned itself again. Look at the sort of bunny ear things it's got on its head. That's slightly strange. That auto cure. Hey, there we go. Target's eliminated. That was fun. That was a really good, fun fight. Yay, we got a chocobo back. You can go back now, little chocobo. I love the animation. The animation is brilliant. Okay, my loves. Well, that was fun, wasn't it? When we come back, we will head deeper into Midgar and see what we can find. Until then, my dears, bye-bye.